from West Oso High School for our third and final match of the day. Between the West Oso Lady Bears and the Aransas Pass Lady Panthers. It's going to be the second game for both teams. West Oso took on Robstown in its first game of the day, as did Aransas Pass. Robstown playing back-to-back games and have since left the building as their tri-scrimmage came to an end, but we still have one more game here, and we will have it for you in about 4 minutes. And they are 30-minute time matches. No score being kept, no official score. Just 30 minutes of straight volleyball. You know, gives everybody a chance just to kind of evaluate their teams, come up with whatever rotation works for them. Get a look at the athletes. And especially right now, coming off the summer, always good to knock off the doldrums, but in a unique situation that the whole country's in, it seems like the scrimmage is right now more important than ever, but it's live sports and we're all about it here at Real Sports Live. As we are getting set not only for this scrimmage, but just a continuing effort to expand our coverage area even further as we are coming to a more consistent basis to the Coastal Bend. And as the last couple of weeks have shown, we have brought you sports coverage from the Coastal Bend, as we will do throughout the fall and spring seasons and from now on. So the hosting West Oso Lady Bears warming up. We're about 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from the start of the game. And we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with the first serve and the third and final game of this tri-scrimmage between the hosting West Oso Lady Bears and the Aransas Pass Panthers. So keep it here at Real Sports Live. Let's take a quick little break.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Welcome back to West Oso. We're about 10 seconds away from the warm-up period being over here, as West Oso just trying to get warmed up after sitting through Aransas Pass's match a few minutes ago against Robstown. So they're ready to go, and so is West Oso after their warm-up period. We're about to get going here as the officials prepare. So the hosting West Oso Lady Bears taking on the Aransas Pass Lady Panthers here in 30 minutes of scrimmage action in the third and final match of the night here at the West Oso High School Tri-Scrimmage. 30 minutes on the clock here, and we're about to get going. It'll be a running clock, no score, no official score at least, as we will make an effort to get you some sort of accurate score here reflected on our scoreboard. But nevertheless, no scores right now officially. So as we know, these are just scrimmages and a chance for coaches to get in some instruction and teach in a live game setting. One of the most important parts here of the preseason before we get to actual games. And we're going to get going with Aransas Pass serving. Aransas Pass just coming off a back and forth match with Robstown in that second match. Robstown looking good. If you saw the first two broadcasts, really solid. It's West Oso and Aransas Pass here in the early going. Nice dig there, but nobody there on the front line to capitalize for West Oso. There's points on both sides. Here's a serve by West Oso. And ball put in play by Aransas Pass, just nobody there. Point over to West Oso. And again, other than West Oso, no rosters or anything provided, as Aransas Pass gets the point after the violation. So bear with us here in the early going. Again, this is one of the trial runs here in the Coastal Bend as we get familiar with the teams and as we continue to expand our area. But as I said, we apologize, no rosters, no names, just pure scrimmage, pure volleyball right now. There's a setup and a hit attempt, goes cross court, and the point's going to go over to Aransas Pass. Both of these teams looking pretty solid and flashes here today. Here's a serve by Aransas Pass. Here's a setup, soft tap by West Oso, controlled by Aransas Pass. Send back over to the back line of West Oso. And there's a nice little tap back at the net by Aransas Pass. Gets them a point. And there's another block by Aransas Pass. That front line looking pretty sharp here in the early going. Here's the serve. Set up by West Oso. There's the hit and the kill for the Lady Bears. Again, 30-minute time limit here. Final scrimmage of the day. Here's the serve. Doesn't get back over the net on the attempted return, as the point goes over to the Lady Bears. Here's the serve. There's the setup. There's the hit. Controlled by West Oso. There's the hit. And Aransas Pass able to get it over, but Goes out of bounds, point for West Oso. Kind of a wild sequence there. Got to respect the hustle there by Aransas pass to get it over, but point goes over to West Oso. Here's the setup. Here's the hit. There's the dig, and there's the kill for Aransas pass. Here's a substitution for West Oso. And Aransas pass. Both teams make substitution as that serve goes into the net. Point goes over to West Oso. Couple of substitutions and an ever important rotation. Here's the serve. And there's a return attempt by Aransas pass that goes into the net, point for West Oso. A couple of those here by Aransas pass in the early going. Coming up on about 5 minutes gone here. And nice serve, just got it over the net. There's gonna be no return, point West Oso. And West Oso once again coming out, starting pretty sharp as they did against Robstown, before Robstown came out and looked good in really long spurts during its first two. And there's going to be an ace from West Oso. Probably as good a stretch for West Oso as they had here today. There's another serve. Controlled by Aransas pass this time. Soft tap over, controlled by West Oso. Here's the setup. There's a soft tap, but met at the net. Nice block there by Aransas pass on the net. Good work there by the front line as Aransas pass, and there's going to be a substitution. Here's a serve. Here's a setup. Hit, soft tapped over. Set up by Aransas pass. Send back over, met at the net. But West Oso can't control it. Point Aransas pass. By West Oso, put in play, met at the net by Aransas pass. That Aransas pass front line putting in work here in the early going. Kept alive, put up by Aransas pass. There's the hit out of bounds. Point going over to West Oso. Here's a serve. Controlled by Aransas pass, sent to the back line. Put up. Here's the whistle. Point going to go over to West Oso. Here's the serve. There's a hit by Aransas pass, sends it over the other way. Set up by West Oso. Just gets over the net. Did it drop? It did. Point over to the Lady Bears. Good hustle getting to the ball and making sure it went over the net. And dropped in just the right spot there. The serve is short. And the serve is going to be good for a point. Really strong outing here for West Oso so far. That serve is short. Point going to go over to Aransas pass, who brings in a couple of substitutions on the rotation. Coming up on about 21 minutes to go. Here's the serve all the way to the back line, controlled by West Oso. Put up, just can't get it over. Point goes over to Aransas pass. Timing was a little off there on the front line for the Lady Bears. Nice service short, and there's an ace for Aransas pass. Another point. Aransas pass involved in another back and forth game. Had a pretty competitive match against Robstown. There's the hit, sent back over by Aransas pass. Here's a setup. Here's a hit to the back line control, but there's a whistle. It's going to be point West Oso. About a third of the way through. We are at 20 minutes left here in this third match and scrimmage here at West Oso High School. I'm Mark Molina. This is Real Sports Live. Live from West Oso High School. Again, a running clock time scrimmage, 30 minutes each, 3 scrimmages today. This is the third of 3. No official score. Just volleyball. Here's the setup. There's the hit to the back line, a little bit too hard. Point Aransas pass. Just another good opportunity. We're here at Real Sports Live as we near the start of volleyball season for everybody, as this serve comes up short. Point going to be for West Oso. As we mentioned, Real Sports Live expanding into the Coastal Bend area this season. Have agreed and come to terms with a lot of schools. So we're looking forward to coming into the area and bringing live sports coverage to you, the viewer. Here's the serve, short into the net. Aransas pass gets the point off the West Oso service error. Aransas pass. On the serve, controlled by West Oso, put up, and Lady Bears can't send it over. And another point for Aransas pass. On a little run of their own here. Here's the serve, sent to the front line. There's the hit to the back line of Aransas pass, and a good effort, but just can't get it over. Point goes over to West Oso. Here's the serve. There's the dig and into the net. Another point for West Oso. That was a good serve. Short, and the libero had a tough time getting to it. She did, but just not in the spot she probably wanted, but they get the point back as that West Oso serve goes into the net. A couple of substitutions here for the Lady Panthers. As we come up on about 17 minutes to go here in this third and final scrimmage of the West Oso Tri-Scrimmage, the hosting Lady Bears on the court right now against the Aransas Pass Lady Panthers. Serve sent over. Here's the setup. Here's the hit to the back line, a little too hard, out of bounds. Point Aransas pass. There's a serve sent all the way to the back line. Here's the setup. Here's the hit to the back line, and it's going to go way out of bounds. Point over to West Oso. Here's the serve controlled by Aransas pass. Nice soft tap, gets it over the net. West Oso sends it back. Here's the setup. Here's a hit attempt. Controlled on the back line. put in play, sent over the net. And it's going to be point West Oso. Here's the serve. Sent over by Aransas pass. Here's a setup. There's a hit. There's a block, but West Oso able to get it over. Here's a setup by Aransas pass. There's a hit. Controlled by Oso. In the air. West Oso hit, and that's going to drop for the kill. Nice little back and forth there. But West Oso outside hitter able to get it just inside of that back line. Here's a setup. There's a Aransas pass. Try to set that one up. Just couldn't get the setup where they wanted. As the hitter was running to it, just couldn't get to it in time. Goes into the net. Point for West Oso. Here's a setup. And that attack goes into the net. Another point for West Oso. About halfway through now. Actually past the halfway point. Nice serve there by West Oso. Nice short into that gap there between the front and back lines. We're coming up at about 14 minutes to go. 14-15 to be exact. Left to go in this game. There's a setup and just some miscommunication there. Looked like on the front line. Point to West Oso. Here's a serve. Controlled by Aransas pass. Sent over. There's the whistle. Point going to be awarded to Aransas pass. Served by West Oso. Controlled on the back line. And good serve by West Oso there as Aransas pass could not get a handle and return it. West Oso on a little run of their own here. Here's a serve. Sends it all the way to the back line. Controlled by Aransas pass. There's a setup. There's the hit. West Oso controls it. Sends it back over. Here's a setup. Attack from the back line there. There's a hit, goes over the net, controlled by Aransas pass. Here's a setup. And there's a light tap by Aransas pass. Nice awareness just to tap it over the net. West Oso looked like they weren't prepared for that one. So coming up on 12 minutes to go here in the third and final scrimmage match of this West Oso High School tri-scrimmage. Robstown was here earlier, but they played back-to-back games against West Oso and then Aransas pass respectively. As Aransas pass can't get the ball back over the net, it's going to fall. It's going to be a point over to West Oso. Robstown looked pretty sharp in its two matches against West Oso and Aransas pass, but got their two games in and went home, but looked pretty sharp in the process. To the floor, nice effort there by West Oso, and they send it back to the other side. There's a hit by Aransas pass and the kill. Here's the serve to the back line. Nice setup, but The hit a little hard, goes out the back. Hope you can see that one dropped. Serve controlled by Aransas, pass sent over. There's the hit and the kill. West Oso finishing out the day pretty strong. Started the day pretty strong against Robstown. Good job by Oso to get that one back over the net. Here's the setup, and that attack goes into the net. Point goes over to West Oso. Again, no official score here. Just what we put up on the scoreboard, which is not official. Nobody here taking score. It's a time match, time scrimmage, just a chance for coaches to get the rotations right and get a look at their team before the regular season starts. Try to knock off the doldrums from summer. It's a very important time here when it comes to sports, is the preseason and the scrimmages. Trying to get a little bit of taste of live action. But we're inside of 10 minutes to go, 19-18. There's the serve, here's the setup. And there's a block there at the net by Aransas pass. Good little sequence there. Battle at the net we just saw. Serve goes over. West Oso tries to save it, but can't. Point gonna go over to Aransas pass. They've earned a couple of straight points in a row. Here's a serve to the back line. Nice awareness by the Aransas pass front line there. Here's the setup. Here's the attack to the back line, controlled by West Oso. Here's a setup. Point's gonna go over to Aransas pass as the outside hitter from West Oso just couldn't get to the ball. Coming up on 8 minutes to go. Here's a serve. Here's a setup. Here's the hit. Sent to the back line. Aransas pass gets the ball over the net. Here's a setup. Outside hitter on the attack. And just outside of the line. Here's the setup. Here's the hit. Control on the back line. Here's a setup. Aransas pass gets it over. Aransas pass, another point there after the whistle. Lady Panthers stringing together a couple of points here as time running down, reaching 7 minutes to go. 7:03 to be exact. And the third game of this tri-scrimmage. And another point to Aransas pass. As we're here live at the back end of this tri-scrimmage here at West Oso High School, hosting West Oso, taking on Aransas pass. Both teams already took on Robstown back-to-back games. Was now left the building, and West Oso earns that point. There's been a good experience here as we expand our coverage area into the Coastal Bend, but just keep it here. More live sports coming to you from the Coastal Bend. As far as more content updates, Also our sideline sit down and our live replays. Just keep it here at Real Sports Live to check out all your local sports content. We'll have more games coming to you from the Coastal Bend on Tuesday, so keep that here. West Oso will be in action. We'll have more information on that coming to you on our social media page. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Roku Network, and Apple TV. Lots of coverage. Also visit our website at realsportslive.com. Have a lot of written content on there as well. Keeping up with local updates from the Rio Grande Valley. Soon updates will be coming in from Corpus, as well as keeping an eye on what the UIL is doing. So a lot of good content on there. Go check it out. Give it a read. Give it a look. Coming up on 5 minutes to go here in the match, in this 30-minute time match. No official score being taken anywhere. Aransas pass gets it over, controlled by West Oso. Light tap over the net. There's the hit, and there's the kill for Aransas pass. Lady Panthers looking sharp here to end the day. Nice little soft touch, get it over. Controlled by Aransas pass, back over to West Oso, who can't control it. Another point by Aransas pass as we get to the 4-minute mark. Inside of 4 minutes now. Here's the serve. Met at the net, blocked there from Aransas pass. And Aransas pass doing work these last couple of minutes. Involved in another back and forth match. Here's a setup and there's a kill. Met at the net, but able to get it over. Nice attack there for the kill by West Oso. Went up against two defenders, got the bounce and the spin. Nice serve, controlled by Aransas pass. There's the kill for the Lady Panthers as they answer. Inside of 3 minutes to go, Aransas pass serving. Sends it over, controlled by the Lady Bears. Here's the setup, here's the hit. Aransas pass controls, hits it over, sends it over to the West Oso back line. They try to send it over to the front, but falls, and point for the Lady Panthers. Here's the serve. Here's the setup. There's the hit. Off of an Aransas pass. Backline defender. Nice kill there. And there's a serve into the net. Scrimmages or not, some very good competitive volleyball out here today. Both teams looking really solid in spurts here today. Here's the serve. Here's the setup. Here's the hit by West Oso. Controlled on the back line by Aransas pass. He sent it over. West Oso sets up. Here's the hit. And it's going to fall for the point. to West Oso. Inside of a minute, here's the serve. Nice hustle there by Aransas pass. Sends it over. Controlled by West Oso. Here's a setup. Here's a hit. Controlled by Aransas pass. Returns it. Here's a setup. Backline attack as attempt there by West Oso, but teammates running into each other there and a little bit of miscommunication on that backline attack attempt. Inside of 20 seconds to go. Here's a serve. It's going to go out of bounds, point West Oso. And inside of 10 seconds to go, and it looks like this is going to be the last sequence of this match and of this scrimmage. As they stop the clock, and they're going to get this last serve in. Controlled by Aransas pass. Sends it back over. There's a dig by West Oso. Setup. West Oso sends it into the net to end the game. There and the scrimmage. A lot of good volleyball here, live from West Oso. It's been good. 3 matches here, 30 minutes each. Real Sports Live has been enjoying its time as we've been expanding here to the Coastal Bend, and we're going to be back here on Tuesday in the area, so just keep an eye out. We'll announce what games we're going to be having live, and just keep it here on all our social medias, which is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Apple TV, and the Roku network. But just keep it here. We'll have more live sports coverage, and you can also catch next week's shows on our sideline sit down and more content as it comes out and becomes available to you, whether it be video, live streaming, or even written on our website. So just keep it here at Real Sports Live for all your local sports content in the Rio Grande Valley, the Coastal Bend, and much more of South Texas. So for Mark Molina and my cameraman Jerry Trevino, live from West Oso High School, this has been the West Oso High School Scrimmage. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.